Hello everyone and welcome back to Akalon Waste for game number 6 of our qualifying matches. Once again we'll be seeing the follower as a purple Protoss and Rewind as our green Protoss in the top left. Sorry, follower being in the bottom right. Today we'll be seeing a PvP, a matchup we have not seen yet. I am quite excited to see what will be coming out of our two players. And there, of course, is Rodrigo. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I pretty much watch these games for Rodrigo. I mean, he's amazing. He's glowing purple, and he's like the size of a stalker. He's just this huge cow that just wanders about. Anyway, we are seeing a pylon out of Rewind. Probably a good thing to make. You always do want your pylons, if only his wasn't just a tad bit behind, I don't think. Maybe I am wrong. In fact, I am wrong. They are exactly the same time. Rewind, of course, is also a starter, and until recently has been a Zerg player. He is trying to learn Protoss, something I, as a Protoss player, really commend. Protoss is awesome, and you probably want a gateway. There we go. Gateway is down. Some of you may notice that the sound from the game is a lot less blaring than before, and that my voice might sound a little different. We are trying a new microphone, and we have lowered the settings on sound because we got complaints about it basically overwhelming the sound of me, which of course is terrible because I'm like that. Anyways, if you do have any comments, concerns, questions, whatever, please leave a comment. I'm always happy to see them. I will try to reply. Keep in mind, though, that I do see most of the comments through my phone, which does not unfortunately allow me to reply very easily. I'll do my best to get back to all of them, though. In the meantime, we do see double gateway out of the follower. And we're seeing Zealots. Oh, there is the Cybernetics Core. Was about to say we might be seeing a rush. Akalon Waste is a bit of a wide map. If you were going to do sort of a 2-gate Zealot thing, you'd want to proxy it. Just probably like right here. There's no reason to really hide it, I guess. You might as well just go for it and bring them down. We do see a Forge and a Gateway out of Rewind. He does have his gas, only 2 probes on it. Normally I would say get your gas as soon as you possibly can. He does not have a cyber core though yet, so he will have nothing to spend that gas on, so he might as well be bank some minerals, throw down an expansion, maybe a couple more gateways, that kind of. Nope, there's his cybernetics core. Now he definitely wants that gas. Gas is going to be the most important thing for a toss player. We do see a Zealot. Both players' Zealots are moving out. I really like that they're doing this. I mean, no, there's that. Looks like the follower Zealot will have the advantage in this encounter unless those shields regenerate. Once that first strike happens, the victor is guaranteed. Now anyways, it is often a common toss thing to move out with your first Zealot and Stalker. You send your Zealot across the map and then rally your Stalker to it. Because once you're there, you can, get some damage done. Obviously, with these probes, nothing's really going to happen. Those probes will allow Rewind to win this battle. He might lose a probe, though, and he is losing mining time. Now there are 2 Zealots. This battle is a foregone. No, wait, hold on. Follower has got this. That probe will not probably make a difference. This is a little intense micro battle we're seeing going on here. Follower is continuing to send Zealots. Are we seeing the same production out of Rewind? No, we are seeing Stalkers. Stalkers will make a huge difference if he is able to micro them correctly. With proper micro, a Stalker will destroy a Zealot, but if you don't micro at all, Zealots fall really easily. In the meantime, we are seeing that follower, pretty wisely in my opinion, is deciding not to press up that ramp. And of course, as I say that, he does, but that's just the way of things. He will assume, yep, there we go. He pulls him back, only loses. No, he's going to go right back in. About to say that he only lost 1 Zealot and that it would make sense for him to pull back. And he did kick another zealot down. He did lose another and almost lose that one too. But I feel his main goal of forcing these units, forcing this photon cannon defense out of rewind, has been accomplished while he was able to expand in peace. Now, I would have liked to have seen him take his zealots and scout around for proxy pylons. However, everyone can see there are none. We are seeing more photon cannons, double probes to produce them because one probe is not fast enough. Just listen. Look, these two are twins. They've been inseparable since birth. Yeah, they just love each other very dearly, and it's very touching. There's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, he's always been the wild one. Just don't mind him. I mean, he's related to these two, but he does his own thing. Now we are seeing quite the gateway add-on. I would like that if he was on a higher base count. He does not have the workers to support nearly this much, especially without this second gas, and with only 2 workers in it. 1 worker in it. This worker's not even doing it. Nope, there we go. They're all in the gas now. Now, the reason a 4-gate is so successful is because that with the optimal number of probes, you can support constant zealot and stalker production from it. Anything more than 4 gates, you really can't do that. If your macro is good, you will not be able to produce units out of all the gateways at once. Well, let alone double forge, and especially not with a Stargate. Speaking of, that, I would love to see warp gates. They are very useful, especially since he has warp gate. And there we go. We do see that Follower, once again, is behind in warp gate. He did not chrono boost it, didn't need to. He has not been under pressure this game. He has also very wisely taken this tower. He will be very much aware when and if his enemies do come. We are seeing, though, an immortal out for him, and a fleet beacon and a Stargate out for rewind. Rewind is, of course, putting some pylons and photon cannons all around. Observers will not be very effective, won't be able to get much of a scout off, except tell him that harassment probably won't work. Very much liking the amount of workers we're seeing out of Follower. It is very, very nearly close to perfect saturation, and yep, there we go. 16. Would prefer that get rallied down to there, and that these chrono boosts really should be spent on your upgrades at this point. You don't need more probes. You could strike out and take a 3rd base. Right about now. Honestly, I feel that with his army, he might prefer to spend a little bit of that on the upgrades and his army supply, just because he did get that early expansion and force Rewind to be more aggressive, or, well, not really more aggressive, but more defensive and get those units. And are we seeing a mothership? My God, has anybody... I mean, you can't call it a mothership rush. I mean, and, that was never a good build. I remember back in the Bronze League days when I'm like, I'm gonna Mothership Core Rush. Or not Mothership Core Rush, oh god. Sorry, Mothership Rush, because that was back when you produced the Mothership straight from the Nexus, back in Wings of Liberty. I'm like, I'm gonna Mothership Rush. And it's going to be fantastic. And yeah, didn't take too many losses to prove I was wrong. I mean, yeah. I think I got my friend Dark Voice, and no, it was Flatliner. We went and we did double Mothership rushes. It doesn't even make sense, because one of them already cloaks, so what is 2 going to do, right? I mean, I guess you could use double Vortex, but whatever. We are seeing a Stargate out of the Follower. We'll see if he also decides to go for a Mothership. I would love to see that, especially because he is the only one with detection. So this Mothership actually serves no purpose, because the Follower has an Observer. And, the Mothership is actually a really powerful unit. I'm not really sure what its DPS is. I'm not really keen on figuring it out. It does do 6 damage over 6 attacks with a really slow weapon speed. It's shoots at half the speed of a stalker, and stalkers don't shoot that fast, but it does have 6 attacks per shot, and that's, you know, quite a bit. And in general, it's got a high health. Oh, whoa, it's only got 2 armor? Jeez, they really cut down on toss armor ever since Brood War, back in the days when carriers had like 4 armor. Now they got like 2. Really sad. Protoss units used to be able to take way more of a hit. Anyway, but individually this is a very strong unit. I mean, it's more like a building than a unit. It can really take a beating and dish one out. We are seeing him warping stalkers here. He does have that proxy pylon that will be very useful. He'll be able to come up this ramp, but I don't think he'll be able to do much, as there already is a Colossus out and lots of zealots. Do we see charge? He does have charge and +1 attack. Those zealots will not have much effect. Or sorry, the stalkers will not be able to do much. Also, he does appear to be a little bit out of position because he has them all following his mothership. Not the best way to move your army. You really want those zealots in the front. There is a time warp. I do like that. Time warp there. I'm not really sure what that time warp does. We are seeing Guardian Shield. Very good. Those force fields are probably hurting him. Yeah, they are hurting him way more than they're hurting Rewind. Nevertheless, there goes down the mothership, down to those Void Rays, which are very good. And now the follower is going right across the map. Rewind is desperately warping in stalkers. He's, you know, he has this bank. He can't hold this. He just cannot hold this. There are too many Colossus, too many Immortal. Frankly, there's just too many Zealots. This battle is not going to go well. He is about to get smashed. Oh, this is, oh man. That time warp was like just it's like mule drops right now, you know, where you're just like, I'm gonna drop half a dozen mules to show how many orbitals I was able to get. Yeah. Now, speaking about what he did this game, the weakness with the mothership rush is that you are banking on them not to have detection. If they have detection, you lose. It's like a DT rush, but even more all-in and cheesy. Because, you know, a DT rush, I mean, you're hoping they don't have detection, but DTs are actually a good unit. And they can win. They're not, you know, as strong physically as the Zealot, but they are strong with huge DPS, and there we see just a massive amount of upgrades all of a sudden being researched. This is, of course, a quality of peep mode. Don't know why this happens. I'm sure someone could explain, but hey, whatever. Whatever works, I guess. So that would be game number 6. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment, subscribe, or just, you know, send me hate mail. I don't really care. You know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. This is FDV.